What up, guys? So, good morning. Today we're going to be looking at the new formula for Lockhart's matte clay. Just went through like a reformulation process. They want to kind of update it and improve it based on what they learned over the past year. If you guys remember this one, we reviewed it about a year ago when it first came out. And also, this is the winner of the best clay of 2015, back when we had that. And so today, I also wanted to review this because we're going to be adding it to the approved list finally. I mean, I basically wanted to add it from the beginning, but we had kind of heard that they were going through a reformulation process, so kind of held off of that. Because, I mean, the approved list, we saw you the most updated formula, no BS. We basically do our best to give you the best. And so today, we're going to finally look at the new formula, and we're actually going to skip over and kind of just looking at a detailed look because the jar is exactly the same. And so we go straight into the actual styling of the product. But first, the scent. So, aside from the design, the scent also wasn't changed. And honestly, I love that because this one has like a nice, fresh cologne scent. And I was a fan of the first one, so I really do like the next one, this one. And obviously, haven't got a haircut in a while. And so my hair is pretty damn long, like past my lips. So this is going to be a true test of this product. And especially given that it's a clay. And so, like, you definitely notice that the clay looks a lot smoother, and it scoops out, like, a lot smoother as well. From what I heard so far, this clay, there's definitely, like, a smoother feel to it, and also, it's even more matte. If we recall from the initial review, this was definitely one of, like, the stronger clays we've used. It was definitely on the stickier side, and you can actually get away with like styling a normal pump out of it. And in all truth, from my opinion, you don't want to be able to do that. Like a clay should definitely force you to go for a more textured look. Because if a clay gives you that much texture, enough to force you, then it's giving you the right amount of texture. And this time around, we definitely noticed the stick also has been dialed down a lot. I mean, you still want a little bit of stickiness to a clay to kind of keep things together, but you want the texture to really come out. And that's the case with this one so far. I mean, that's how I feel. It feels a lot drier, not in a bad way, but in like a texture kind of way. The grit is definitely finer, and it just feels a lot smoother. My main concern out of all this is whether or not it still provides the same amount of hold. Because definitely the biggest benefit out of the Lockhart's matte clay, the first formula, was just how much damn hold it gave you. And technically it's a medium hold, but I mean, medium hold for a clay. For clays always just give a lot of hold for the most part because for the texture and volume, you're going to want both. And because of the dryness of the product or that like the lack of kind of like the presence of oil or water to really weigh down your hair, a clay really optimizes on that volume and that height. And so I've obviously just been going in with little like licks of product, just as we did with like Prelude and with the 1950s matte clay, Union matte clay. You want to come in with small licks at a time and making sure you get it like underneath where it's going to be effective. And alright, so for now we'll start combing everything back, making sure it's like evenly distributed, and we'll go from there. Combing it through it now, I already can tell a difference between this formula and the previous one. The previous one was a lot stickier, kind of discomforting to actually comb through, but this one, I feel like they added a lot more clay, hopefully give more texture, but at least so far, it makes it a bit drier, but also still a lot smoother. Kind of in similar ways like dry lubricants with bearings and other like kind of higher end equipment. I don't know why I'm talking about engineering stuff, but that type of stuff, there's an effective way that like dry, fine particles can actually lubricate or make things smoother. And so it's nice. We definitely see it here, and I like it. So we'll go ahead and start styling now. And in all honesty, fucking wow. I have not been able to style my hair well for, in all truth, like 2 or 3 weeks now. I mean, my mind has been on other things, and I'll tell you that in a vlog, but I just haven't had the time or the chance to really style my hair well. And wow. Like, some of the best photos of my hair have been with the first version of Lockhart's matte clay. And I think even with this new like formula, there's even going to be more of them. Because, wow, like this is a very logical product to work with. I mean, it's not common or very rare for me to be able to style something like this fast with the clay. Because clays have a natural like dryness, which causes things to fall apart, which is where you get that texture. But this one is, I don't know, predictable. It's logical. It's definitely a great gateway clay for a lot of people. I mean, wow, I'm actually really surprised because I was not expecting the newest formula, to be this like different. But yeah, I mean, so let's see. Application, it's really easy. I mean, it is a clay and it's definitely on like the stronger, medium strong side, but not super grippy at all when you apply it. Super smooth, combing it through, very easy. Consistency is very smooth. Um, very matte. There's definitely like a more matte effect out of this new formula versus the old one. And versus something like the Union matte clay, even more matte. Not as matte as Prelude though, but definitely more matte than the Baxter clay. Kind of like a stickiness. There is still like a good, very controlled stickiness to it, which allows you to style and allows you to still get large clumping rather than individual hairs falling out all over the place. Texture is very good. It's a very nice and dry product without making it like a discomforting type of dry. And the hold itself, like this is awesome volume. And I mean, my hair is this long. My hair is so long to the point where like the length doesn't give you extra height. It just adds extra weight. And so I do need to get it cut soon. So the fact that it can do this with my current like setup is actually pretty damn impressive. And so go throughout the whole day now and we'll come back and talk more about how long this product lasts during the day. Let's go ahead and talk about how well this product performed throughout the whole day now. So, like this is it restyled. And I really want to show how it restyles because with the original matte clay, that product actually like hardened up a little bit if you apply like a little more product than you needed or really allowed it to just kind of settle in, it will harden a little bit. But it's not necessarily the case with this latest formula because this one is in all truth a lot more like a clay or what we normally consider a clay where it's like really malleable, stays like kind of workable throughout the whole day. This one, unlike the other one before, doesn't like harden at all, or at least I didn't like experience any sort of hardening effect at all. And it stays dry but still pasty in a way. Pasty in a way that allows you to still manipulate it with your hands, work at it, and the best way to describe it is that the wax characteristic still remains and you can still play with it. You can still make use of the hold. And so you can still style like a pretty nice pomp like late into the day. Like texture is still there, so you probably will have to restyle it. The advantages of the previous formula where it actually kind of hardened was that you had a good, I want to say good chance, but you had a better chance of it kind of just staying the way you left in the morning. But that better chance is still like a 30% chance of it staying because it's a textured look. It's likely going to fall apart. This one accommodates that and allows you to restyle, so I do appreciate that. Matteness stays there. A lot of the volume stays and like remains available to you to use, which is very rare. Texture is still like good. I wouldn't say it's unchanged. And overall, what you have during the day to work with is comparable to what you had in the morning, which is, I mean, phenomenal. The scent, though, is basically gone. I really don't smell it anymore, even though I do like that cologne scent. So, in all truth, the new formula is actually a big improvement over the old one. The old one, I would say, did have a little more hold and a little more strength to it, but it did have a little more like, it wasn't as refined. It was pretty grippy. It was pretty kind of brutal. Whereas this one has a little more finesse, a little more balance to it, and I'm actually really surprised, and I like it. They definitely made a good choice reformulating it, and yeah, I like it. Definitely, like, is better than the original formula. But yeah, so this is Lockhart's matte clay. It's now available on the approved list. Also, you can definitely just get it straight from Lockhart's as well via our promo code. It's all your choice. You can get it from them. Typically, I believe the price would be better if you get it from them, assuming you're getting other products. But if you're just getting only the matte clay, then I've designed it to be cheaper on the approved list. But that's all your choice. Do whatever's best for you. It doesn't really matter to me. Other than that, take care, guys, and I'll see you guys in the future review.